This episode is brought to you by GG3D Vision, because I left my lights at my friend's house when I moved, and this ceiling light is the only thing I have, and it's just too bright. Enjoy. Welcome all my fellow future outlaws, this is your in-ring rundown and I am that NAKK Double G. We're now over 800 subs strong, so why haven't you hit that like and that comment and that sub and that bell for little old me? How do you represent and bring attention to something that almost no one ever talks about, with two unnecessarily long words that begin with the letter I? By bringing Smackdown to Indianapolis, Indiana, of course. Yes, this week on Cena's Bueller's Days Off, Smackdown comes to us live on Fox, with 1.4 million less people than we had 2 weeks ago. Starting out the night with an Intercontinental Championship match between a man who should be wearing green overalls, and a man that Cole is just oh so happy to be on the same brand as him still. Oh, of course I'm talking about his favorite puppy. Go out there and pretend to be a teenage punk, fueled by anger and Monster Energy drink. Sami Zayn joins the commentary table because he knows I wouldn't have been happy any other way, as Fox actually attempts new camera angles early on in the beginning of this match. Don't think I didn't notice. I care. I notice things. Roman Reigns beats down a Nakamura so badly that Sami Zayn must leave his second job and get involved multiple times. And naturally, because this is an important match for the Intercontinental Championship, the ref decides to let Sami go ahead and do that and not care whatsoever. We then get a flashback of what Sami Zayn claims was a bogus audition to be the voice of the toy Bop It. But for some strange reason, he just couldn't follow their directions and never got a call back.
Snap it! Snap it! Snap it!
Nakamura reverses a generic Clark Kent special into a beautiful armbar, even further turning it into a triangle choke, causing Roman to lose critical amounts of stamina. He manages to lift him up and...
That's called... What is this? Big dog strong!
I'll put you down, Cole. I swear I'll do it. If you want to end this match, it's gotta be with DQ. You thought it'd be Sami, King Corbin fooled you. Daniel, no longer sure if he's a grass-type Bryan, comes down to the ring to help his new comrade Roman Reigns. But just like all forest-dwelling creatures, he has spent too much time outside recently and is not sure how to get out of this confusing ginger-shaped bear trap, leaving him wide open for a direct attack.
I don't want no children.
I hear that. Kofi continues to not give a shit about losing the championship, which kind of legitimately pisses me off a little, before Otis shows up and does his best impression of me at any random Thanksgiving dinner.
More for me then. Oh! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Corbin is backstage being interviewed by Kayla, but before he can say anything, he sees his reflection in the mirror behind her, and he begins lamenting his lost hair follicles, quickly covering up and running away. Shorty Gay Bull is now an established wrestling name in the WWE in 2019. And because fuck logic and all its components, here's a nice shitty short promo to show you why this happened, even though it doesn't go any further than just saying that Corbin called him that a couple weeks ago, and because that's enough. He's out here in a match versus someone who is maybe 3 to 4 inches taller than him. Curtis, I have an awesome last name, but no one lets me play in the ring, Axel. In a 2-minute match that ends with him tapping out quite quickly. After the match, Vince's prophecy finally comes true as Shorty G, yes, Shorty fucking G, becomes a legitimate thing. Going on to give us a promo which quite honestly sounded quite similar to my philosophy of be the character you know you're worth, but kind of falls short when you dig, I don't know, maybe 1 inch deeper and realize that he's just conforming to the nickname that a bully gave him about over the past month. Be yourself, kids. The Hulkster is backstage surrounded completely by merch, as it should be, full of so much intensity and charisma that he refuses to reveal the list of the names on his team for Saudi Arabia, mainly because he cannot remember them. And then he literally threatens to annihilate Ric Flair from existence.
And I would love to get my hands on Ric Flair at the end of the match, brother. I would wipe him out for good.
Calm down, Terry. If we're being honest, there's a good chance he'll melt in the first few hours as he gets to Saudi Arabia. It's time for some new machinery on this heavy day in an 8-man tag team match on Fox versus the Glorious Revival of Ziggler. Why are they competing in this match? No, seriously. Do you know why?
Big E and Otis. I was wondering if this was gonna happen. Oh!
It was later revealed that Ziggler did not know that's what Otis and Big E meant when they asked him if he wanted a man-sized sandwich. Let us all pretend to not laugh at the fact that SmackDown's already getting demoted to FS1 next week, about 3 weeks in, because of the World Series. Otis gets the hot tag and rampages through all 4 men in the middle of this ring, entrancing Scott Dawson with his gyrating motions. He then kneads the dough known as Scott Dawson and then hands it over to the New Day to cook it for a midnight snack. Oh my god, did a match get DQ'd and then turn into a tag team match later on in the night? That's never happened before, guys. That's never happened before. Bryan is then seen backstage getting interviewed by Kayla I'm Everywhere at Once Braxton, telling us all that he's ready to rumble tonight and partner with his new friend the Big Dog. And while I do love Bryan when he's giddy to fight, I must admit I do miss his environmental speeches speeches and passionate monologues about how we're all just a bunch of filthy garbage eaters. It's Miz TV time with Bayley and Sasha Banks, but before we even get to that conversation, Michael Mizanin gives AEW clear instructions on what to do the next time they're in the neighborhood.
Dynamite dropping, Sasha.
Arya Stark tells us that she doesn't owe anyone any explanation for her actions, and feels nothing but pride for axing down all of her Bayley buddies. Can't you see that she doesn't want the Bayley buddies? Can't you see that she doesn't need the Bayley buddies? She wants the Bayley buddies dead. The colorful Bayley buddies. Did we say it enough? The new champ claims she has outgrown the WWE universe and then ends the promo by giving us all the same advice my father gave to me as a child.
Life sucks, and then you die.
Oh wait, silly me, my father was never around. A wild boar comes down the ramp to interrupt this segment before this interruption is interrupted by Dana Brooke. What the fuck? Now back in action with a strong flex appeal that she claims no one can deny. And I hate to admit it, but I don't hate that. This women's six-pack challenge takes off fast and furious, with Fire and Desire working together to dominate the beginning moments of the match.
This might be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
If they end up releasing a sex tape, would it be called Caramel Candy? A match labeled a six-pack challenge lasts less time in minutes than the amount of combatants in the match, as Nikki Cross picks up the win because of course she's fucking devastating. We then get a long-ass promo about a match that no one gives a shit about, a match that cannot be stopped for any reason and has to be clarified to the absolute maximum so we don't even hear AEW chants in the Middle East. What you don't know is that Vince is just secretly going to unplug the live feed this time. Next up is a match between Braun Strowman and Drew Gulak. It's over. After the match, Corey Graves lies to the WWE Universe harder than he ever has before.
Every year the 2K games are bigger, they're better, they're faster, the graphics are better, the roster's bigger. I cannot wait.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the main event of the night, and while we do have to take a commercial break, we'll make sure to bring out Daniel Bryan first, and then Corbin and Shin second during the commercial break, so you can have Roman Reigns' entrance one more time at the end of the night, because we know that's exactly what everyone wants. Oh look, I guess Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair will be face to face next week. Not at Skype, but at live in the real flesh and blood. Well, what's left of him at least. There's only about 9 minutes left in this match, so naturally Daniel Bryan gets beat down for 5 minutes like a little pussy.
No, you can't say that.
Excuse me, firstly, this is my YouTube and I can say what I want, and secondly, we both know you've said that under your breath 1,000 times anytime you watch a James Ellsworth match.
I never have ever in my life. Not once.
You fucking liar. Reigns spears Corbin through the barricade on the outside before DB and Shin decide to have a Falcon Ditto and see whose knee is more accurate. DB wall techs off the post and smashes Shin in the face with the knee, picking up the victory over the Intercontinental Champion and breaking Sami Zayn's poor widow heart. Well, that's it for this week's rundown. I want to thank you all for watching. I honestly can't believe how fast the channel's been growing recently, and I swear to God, after I hit 1,000, you know you're gonna see this stupid face on a shirt. Be sure to leave it a like and a comment. It really does help. Hit that sub and bell and share this with all your wrestling buddies. If you love Pokemon, join the Discord and make a Metro team too. Why not? And of course, a shout out to all my patrons. A few of them, like Pill, Malachi, Puyo, supportive creators, and Behold Innocuous, all have their own YouTube channels. You can go check them out. This has been the Man from Earth, all the Girth. We're at episode 25, bitches. Let's keep it going. Be the character you know you're worth. See ya. Shorty Gay Bull is now an established wrestling name in 20,000. By bringing SmackDown to Andy, Naka reverses the generic Clark. Wow. But kind of falls short when you dig, oh, I don't know, maybe 1 inch deeper and realize that he's just conforming to the bully